Hey guys, welcome back. In this video I will show you how to edit portrait photo using Lightroom Mobile. Here are example photo, before and after using this new preset. This photo is shots on Sony a5100 with 18 to 105 mm Sony APS-C lens. So let's start the editing. Now go to light icon. Exposure to +50 to brighter the image. Contrast to +25 to give more detail and increase clarity on this image. Highlights to -5 to reduce a little bit the brighter highlights on this photo. Shadows to -10 to darker the shadows areas. Whites to +20 to make model stand out or pop from the background. Blacks to -15 to separate the subject from the background. Go to tone curves. I bring up the black point to add a classic faded look on this photo. And I add point on the shadows and bring down, to bring back the shadow on this photo. And I added another point to the midtone because I don't want to be affected. Next, red on the tone curve. I bring up the blacks of the red to turn the image more red. And I added point and bring down the shadows area to balance the red on this photo. And I added another point and bring up the highlights area to bring back the red on her skin. Next, blue on the tone curve. I bring up the blacks of the blues so all the blacks kind of turn blue. And I added point on the shadows and bring down, to turn a golden green vibe on this photo. And I added another point and bring up the highlights area to balance the blue on this photo. Now go to color icon. Bring up the temperature to +8 to get more warm tone on this image. Don't touch the tint slider. Bring up the vibrance to +10 to get a better skin tone. And bring the saturation to -15 to decrease the intensity of all colors in the photo. Go to color mix. Go to red. Hue to -5, to add more red on her lips. Saturation to -20, to reduce intensity of red. Luminance to +5, to brighten her lips. Go to orange. Hue to -6, to get more a nice skin tone. Saturation to +10, to add intensity of orange, and to preserve a nice skin tone. Luminance to +10, to brighten her skin and to pop from the background. Go to yellow. Hue to -20, to get more yellow tone on the light bulb. Saturation to +15, to increase the intensity of yellow. Luminance to -15, to darker the yellow tone. Go to effects icon. Texture to +10, to bring out a little bit of details on the image. Clarity to +15, to increase mid-tone contrast and effect of making small details pop. Dehaze to +10, to give more contrast or to reduce the haze on this photo. Vignette to -15, to add more vignette and to focus the viewer's eye on the subject itself. Go to details icon. I bring up the sharpening to +40 to give more illusion of detail and sharpness by adding contrast to edges. And I bring up masking to +70 to sharpen the very specific part of the image. Now tap and hold. Start dragging the masking slider to the right and you notice some the area start the highlight in white. Essentially everything in white was sharpened, everything in black is not being affected. Bring up the radius to larger the edge of the subject. And bring up the detail to +60 to define the edges in this image. Again tap and hold. Start dragging the detail slider to the right and then you get to see the detail mask. And I bring up the noise reduction to +30 to reducing the noise. And I also bring up the color noise reduction to +45 to reduce the grain on this photo. Now go to selective tool. I use an adjustment brush and paint all over the face. And then use the eraser tool and remove the excess, and unpaint on her eyes and lips to stay the same when to adjust. Temperature to +8, and tint to +6 to get more nice skin tone. Texture to -25, and clarity to -30, to soften the skin. Noise to +15, and sharpness to +30 to give more details. And I also add radial filter and bring to the eye. And adjust the exposure to +24, highlights to +6, shadows to +6, and sharpness to +25, to brighten and give more details to eyes, and then duplicate the radial filter and bring to the other one. Go to Healing tool. I use Healing brush to remove blemishes. I tap and drag up to change the size of the brush and to switch to Clone Stamp tool to duplicate the exact area and remove the leaves. And then I want to duplicate the light bulb, so I use Clone Stamp tools and I tap the area where I want it to duplicate. Here's the before and after. And now save the image at the highest quality available. Here's the final result using Lightroom Mobile. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.